It is 859-319.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, good morning, everyone. I think we're ready to start. Ms. Hall, are you able to hear me?
Good morning, Judge. Yes, I can hear you.
Great, and I assume everyone can. We've got a plea and arraignment calendar with 5 positions. I think we've got one defendant who was brought over, and we may have one more who is appearing in custody remotely, and then hopefully everyone else is going to walk through the courtroom doors or is on the Zoom call. Our first case is State versus Carolyn Hill. I think I see Ms. Hill. Is that Ms. Hill on the call?
Good morning, Judge. Ray Giudice for Ms. Hill, who is present on the call.
Great. How are you doing today?
Wonderful, Judge. Hope you're well and your staff.
We're hanging in there. We're doing what we need to do. So it's plea and arraignment. Is Ms. Hill waiving arraignment, or does she want to be formally arraigned?
No, Judge, we'll waive formal arraignment, enter a not guilty plea, request trial by jury, additional time to file discovery. However, I will inform the court that our office has been in excellent communications with Assistant District Attorney Will Wooten. We are very close, I believe, to a negotiated plea to tender to the court, perhaps within the next 25 to 30 days.
Okay. Ms. Hall, I don't know that I'm familiar with ADA Wooten. I trust he's a colleague of yours. Will he stay on the case, or would he have been working on it pre-indictment and now you are the person who ought to be in the mix?
He will stay on the case, Your Honor. This is a case that is assigned to our white collar unit. Mr. Wooten is the deputy of white collar, so this is his case. Fantastic.
All right. So we'll make sure Mr. Wooten is in the loop, and I'm sure you can help us with that, Ms. Hall. So if you would be sure to file a waiver of arraignment form, and Ms. Nelson can send one to your office. We've got a form that'll just, when you e-file it, that'll lock in the waiver of arraignment and trigger a scheduling order. Sounds like you may not need that, but we do it just as a matter of course in case your negotiations with Mr. Wooten either stall or fall apart. But that scheduling order effectively grants all your requests. There's more time for the parties to complete discovery. You'll have a deadline by which to file any evidentiary motions. If you do file any, that'll trigger a motions date. Otherwise, there'll be a trial date. We can resolve this case at any point. So if you and Mr. Wooten do reach an understanding, then either of you just needs to reach out to Ms. Nelson and she'll get it on a calendar. And we are happy to do it virtually like this, assuming all the waivers are made on the record when we take the plea or whatever the resolution may be. But we're also open for business in person. So you and Ms. Hill would be welcome to come to courtroom 8D. But the first step will be for you to file that waiver. Once that's filed, that'll trigger this cascade of other things. And then we'll either look for a request for a calendar date because it's been worked out, or we'll see if there are any motions that need to be heard. Any questions about that?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Ms. Hill, it's nice to meet you. Do you have any questions about process? We're not talking about the substance of your case right now. I just want to make sure you understand what we're taking care of here.
Yes, sir, I do.
You do understand?
Yes, I do.
Great. All right. We'll stay in touch with your lawyer, and we will see you sometime soon, either to hear motions or perhaps the case will be resolved. Ms. Hall, anything else on behalf of the state?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Well, Ms. Hill, you and your lawyer are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Position 2 is State versus Travion Huff. I think I see Huff on the screen. And who is representing Mr. Huff?
Your Honor, that will be my case.
Hello, Ms. Patel.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. And Ms. Hall, you're handling this for the state?
I am, Your Honor, and I already sent over to Ms. Nelson a virtual PTI form a few minutes before court started.
Oh, look at that. Okay, there it is. Let me pop it open so that Mr. Huff and I can talk about it. Good morning, Mr. Huff. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge McBurney, and your case has been assigned to me. You're charged with terroristic threats. I don't know anything about the substance of your case. I just know what that charge means. But it sounds like Ms. Patel, your lawyer, has negotiated on your behalf pretrial intervention, whereby if you complete 25 hours of community service, basically by the end of the year, the deadline is the 5th of January, but you got about 6 months to take care of 25 hours of community service. That's a pretty generous time frame. Knock out a few hours each month. If you do that and you document it, it's not just you telling Ms. Patel, hey, I did these things, but there's paperwork for it, then the state is going to dismiss the charge against you. Is that your understanding of what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you prepared to do the community service?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Ms. Patel, anything else on behalf of Mr. Huff?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Hall, I guess you drafted the PTI order, so you're at peace with it?
I did, Your Honor, and I did 6 months because the defendant is in school, and I figured that he could work around his school hours to get those hours completed.
Mr. Huff, where are you in school?
Like your grade. Oh,
Where do you go to school?
Oh, Carver, Lim.
Okay, so it's summertime now, but you're starting up in August, or are you doing summer school also?
I think we start back. We go back to real school in August the 5th, I think.
Okay, excellent. Well, good luck with that. I guess we'll just, Ms. Patel, get this on a status calendar for early 2022 to see if everyone did what they're supposed to do.
Sounds good.
Can I ask a question?
You sure can. You are Mr. Huff's
Mother,
mother. Okay, hello.
do it count with his football? He does play football and he have colleges reaching out. Can the community service go with the football?
So playing football or practicing for football will not be community service. That might be good for him to do if colleges are looking at him. Community service is going to be volunteering. It could mean volunteering at a church or at a rec center. You know, the classic example, which I don't recommend for Mr. Huff, but it's sort of the fallback, folks who pick up trash on the side of the road. That's the old school way of doing community service. That doesn't mean that it has to be not fun. It could be that Mr. Huff agrees to help coach in a league, but he volunteers. He doesn't do it for pay. And as long as someone is documenting it, saying Travion was here, he worked 4 hours, then that'll work out. But if you have any questions like you just had, ma'am, you should ask Ms. Patel, because she would let you know, going to football practice, that may be a lot of work, but that is not community service.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Patel, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you much. You guys are free to go.
Thank y'all.
Okay.
And Your Honor, for position 3, ADA Rao is in Judge Adams' courtroom and asks if you can hold for his report.
Okay. Judge Adams, who's presiding today, is he going to be there for a while?
He didn't say, but I can ask him. And
Okay.
I'll let you know in just a second.
That's all right. We're good. Let me see. I don't see Ed Adams or Ms. Scott on the call, so not late for that. Ms. Singleton is here. How are we? And there's an E. Watson. Is Mr. Watson on bond?
No, Your Honor, he's at Metro. He's on the Zoom at Metro RYDC.
Got it. It's just listed as E. Watson.
Yes,
Okay.
it's just listed as E. Watson.
All right. Well, we can't do that one quite yet because we need the prosecutor. Who is handling Mr. Watson's case?
I received a text message from his lawyer this morning stating that she waived arraignment, Gina Bernard with the Contact Defender's Office.
Got it.
Because she is currently in the cab on trial. And so that she had waived arraignment. I was not aware until a few moments ago.
Okay. Well, why don't we get Mr. Watson visible, just so I can let him know what's happening, and then we don't need to keep him waiting.
Good morning, Judge.
Hey, Mr. Watson, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm okay. So, Mr. Watson, your lawyer, Ms. Bernard, is in the middle of a trial right now over in DeKalb County, but she has let Ms. Singleton know, which is just as good as letting me know, that Ms. Bernard is waiving arraignment on your behalf. That's nothing particularly profound. It just means that no one's going to read into the record the charges, and that Ms. Bernard is entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf. That means that the prosecutor will get Ms. Bernard the discovery in your case, whatever the police reports are, things like that, so that Ms. Bernard can meet with you to talk about how strong or weak the state's case is, and she can talk to you about other things you may be concerned about, like bond or when is my next hearing. And we'll make sure that you get back into court either virtually like this or in person the next time we've got something to talk about in your case. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about your case? Not the facts of your case, but just sort of process like I was talking about.
No, sir.
Okay, well, we'll let Ms. Bernard know that you showed up and that I accepted her waiver of arraignment, and she'll be in touch with you soon, okay?
All right.
All right, thanks for joining us.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Singleton. So while we are waiting for Mr. Rao, we have one more position, and that is Raheem Conley. I'm not seeing someone on the call. Oh, he's brought over. He's here. He's in the building. I don't know Natalie Fiacco.
She's a non-complex attorney in our office, so it would technically be my case, and you can tell.
It's yours today.
It's mine today.
Okay. Was it in it's an aggravated assault charge, so.
So when, at first appearance, well, I guess whenever you did non-complex, you kind of had the non-complex, you still, that's supposed to happen, Breonna Murray, Area Cho, or an attorney whose name would typically be entered on the complex charges during an indictment. It's not during the
pre-indictment phase.
It changed. There were more attorneys handling these
Okay.
complex cases pre-indictment.
So she was plugged in pre-indictment. I know that the line doesn't move. It's either pre-indictment or not, but we restructured things in an effort to make real clear that's pre-indictment, and Superior Court doesn't control what happens pre-indictment. We do post-indictment, and tried to separate out non-complex because people were starting the non-complex. Hey, it's only 9 weeks, but they were starting it at first appearance. And if it didn't get indicted for 5 weeks, you'd use half the time. And anyway, okay. But it is your case for now, and then it'll get divided up however it gets divided up.
Right. I was going to speak to him this morning. I anticipate waiving arraignment. I looked at the discovery, but obviously it doesn't appear to be one that we would be able to have a conversation about resolving anything today.
Okay. Do you want to talk to him back there, or you want to have him come on out here?
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
If he wants to come out, then I'll ask.
Great. All right. Well, whenever you're ready, you can go back there, and I will go back to chambers. And when Mr. Rao, Ms. Hall, if you could let Mr. Rao know that basically everyone's waiting on him now.
Well, Your Honor, I was waiting for you and Devin to get done talking. I can just handle the case. It's just plea and arraignment. He's doing a bond hearing in Judge Adams' courtroom, so I can just step in for him.
Got it.
He didn't see an entry of appearance yesterday when he looked. I see Ed Adams on here, but that's just what he said. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's big on the entry of appearances. He was grilling someone yesterday about that. Let me look, because I also don't see Miss Scott anywhere. So I'm sure she wants to maintain the bond. So Mr. Adams did file an entry, whoops, go the right way. It looks like pre-indictment. So I don't know if Mr. Rao also wants a post-indictment entry. Oh no, but that's Miranda Jernigan, so that's not the right entry. That's interesting. I don't know how he gets his name on the case. Maybe he, seeing if he even filed the, and then Beverly Taylor filed the motion for bond. So Mr. Adams may not be the lawyer, and that may be why he's not here. Beverly Taylor filed a motion for bond that got Ms. Scott a bond, a $40,000 bond. So, but boy, Ms. Scott ought to be here if she made her bond. So we'll reach out, but it doesn't sound like there's anything you need to do, Ms. Hall, other than I'm going to have us do a bench warrant if there's not a real good explanation as to why Ms. Scott didn't show up.
Okay. Did Devin's case, I wasn't listening too well. Did he waive arraignment for Conley?
He probably will. He just went back into lockup right now to speak with Mr. Conley. He is going to poke his head out to either say, you don't need to talk to Mr. Conley, I'm waiving, or he'll have Mr. Conley come out so we can speak briefly. So I'm going to sit tight and just do some work right here, and we'll see what happens. So if you don't mind doing the same,
I will.
we'll be done.
Okay.
So how did Ed Adams's name get in the system? He did? Oh, on the CP case. Well, but the only entry of appearance I see is Ms. Jernigan. Oh, no, there are two. Look at that. There are two. Okay. I skipped over one. Did he do the other one? He did. There's Ed Adams. Yet Beverly Taylor filed the motion for bond. Interesting. Okay, so he's the attorney of record. Well, if you could let him know that Ms. Scott didn't make it to court and we're going to issue a bench warrant, maybe he can let you know what's happening. Yeah.
That's just March.
There's the address. So Ed Adams. Entry of appearance. Yep. All right. He's good? Okay. Great.
May I be excused? I have one.
Please. Your new home?
Correct.
Pardon me? Ms. Nelson wants to know where you've been assigned to.
Judge Leopard.
He's getting to know the new folks.
Thank you all. See you later.
We'll miss you. All right, Ms. Hall, we're all set. Mr. Conley has waived arraignment. Ed Adams did file an entry of appearance. It just was tucked right after Ms. Jernigan. So he's the attorney of record in that Scott matter. You can let Mr. Rao know that, but that's in the docket. But then strangely, it was Beverly Taylor who filed the motion for bond that got Ms. Scott out on a pretty strict bond. And Ms. Scott did get notice of today's hearing. So Ms. Nelson is going to send an email to Mr. Adams. He may say, I'm not the lawyer anymore, not sure, but I'm going to prepare a bench warrant for Ms. Scott. If all that stuff gets cleared up and she wants to walk in the next few days, we can always lift the warrant. But otherwise, that's how we're going to handle it. If you'll let Mr. Rao know that, that would be great.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks so much. See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Ms. Patel, I think we're all done, unless you have something else.
I'm good. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Parrish, I see you on the call now. I'm not sure if you just, because you like listening to our court, or if you think you had a case on it.
I like listening to court while I work, Judge.
Excellent. Well, sorry we got to end this broadcast, but we'll be back on the air sometime soon.
I'll catch you next time.